My grandmother would say, well, sooner or later you'll meet somebody and, all of a sudden one day you'll turn around and there they'll be. And, you hear those phrases and aphorisms your whole life, and I believed it. Someday it'll happen. And then you realize, well, it didn't. Even since high school, I've been very academically driven. So, when I went to college, I was there for academics. So I continued after internships to get my master's degree in art history. I got my PhD in 1998, and then I started working. I worked very hard. As a single person, I had to. That was my life. When you're in your 20s and then the 30s, everybody has babies, and I'd gone to every baby shower, every wedding, everything. And, there were times when I did feel sorry for myself. Why does this happen to them and not to me? I really wanted a child, but I had assumed that, there'd be a partner to do it with. So it never occurred to me that if I really wanted it, I was going to have to do it by myself. And it was 2009 that I found All God's Children. I didn't choose Bulgaria. There were 2 programs that allowed single women over 40 to even fill out the application. That's how I ended up in the Bulgaria program. They give you about 24 hours to review the videos and the still photograph and the medical report. The international pediatrician who reviewed the medical report raised some red flags and said, it could be fetal alcohol syndrome, and it could, poor feeding reflexes, that's a red flag. One of the video clips was of her playing with these big Legos. And I was watching how she was manipulating the Legos and she was snapping them together. And I was like, well, look at what she can do with her hands. And she was very nonverbal, but she could understand. And so the nurse was saying, say bravo, say ciao. And I thought, no, she's trying to please. She was smiling and she was cute. She was like playing with him in the camera. And I thought, this is my little girl right here. But if I just read that medical report and just looked at that picture, it told a different story than what was really there. I actually went to the orphanage. They had little tights on her, and she had this little jacket thing on. And she came up to me and went like this. She's like, she wanted me to button the button had come off. And so that was her first interaction with me, was like, can you fix this? When I came on the second trip to get her, she came right up to me, which was not what had happened the first time, where she was, kind of checking me out a little bit. And so that made it all worth it to me. I never questioned it. It was just like, yeah, this is my little girl. I feel like my own identity has been kind of submerged a little bit, in a good way. I'm Dr. Brown at work, and I'm Susanna's mom to everybody else. I often think that prior to that, getting my PhD was my highest achievement. That is something that I was most proud of, but that was nothing in comparison to this. This is the best thing I've ever done. I would just encourage single working older moms, if you're out there, to go ahead and open yourself up. There's a person there, and they have a history and you have a history, and that adoption is about those histories coming together, and it creates something different and something new. And it's worth the risks, and it's worth the wait. And it's a beautiful, beautiful life and story. I would not do it differently.